Hello, y'all. We are going to be doing a home project today, once again. What else is it that I do on these videos? But I really do need to wrap up some things, okay? I do, as always, is anyone surprised? No, have a number of kind of like outstanding projects out there in the wings, if you will. And one of them that I would like to just get out of the way and get done because I feel like it'll help, like it'll have a trickle effect on the other projects, is I need to get the wallpaper up in the living room. I did the wallpaper in here, love it. And I have a much bolder wallpaper for the bolder in color. It's a plain, I mean, it's kind of has like a seagrass. I'll show you. But it's going to kind of dictate because we have the entryway, the living room, and then like the little piano area. And I want all three wallpapers to kind of play off of each other. So the entryway one is going to be a little softer, not so bold. It's going to incorporate a little bit of blue. Then in the living area, we've got the green, like plain wallpaper that is the, like I said, it's not actually grass cloth or anything, but it has like a texture to it. It's really pretty. And then as you move into the piano area, and that's going to go floor to ceiling. And then as you move into the piano area, we're going to do the 3/4 beadboard with a very bold, as in like big pattern wallpaper for that top quarter or maybe half, I don't know, we'll see, of the wall there. So kind of as I'm piecing all of this together, I feel like I need one of those things in place. And I really want to wrap up the entry living piano area so that I can move on to the kitchen. I need to move on to the kitchen. Some of y'all asked, I think in the last video, the girls' room makeover, like reveal final video or whatever is up on my other channel. So I will link that if you guys want to see that. We still have finishing touches to do in there. I still have to figure out what I want to do, how to make their like animal corner more functional. And they need their bookcases that we're trying to find things that still leave them as much like floor space as possible, because that's what they want, is space, because they like to just get on the floor and play with their animals and stuff. So they want floor space, but they also have a lot of stuff to fit in there. I mean, lucky them that they have the largest room in the house, basically. Not basically, they have the largest room in the house. I also am trying to continue migrating homeschool materials and trying to get that stuff organized. Poor Jessie, she is feeling scared today. She's getting ready to enter a 3-week dog training program with her sister, Kennedy. Kennedy has become quite the dog trainer, I have to tell you guys. I'm very proud of her, and I'm just going to brag on her for a second and say that I'm just very proud of what she has been able to do with Darcy. I always say that that is the dumbest, smartest dog I've ever met. She is a ding dong bing bong through and through. She barks at me like she's never met me sometimes. Like she does things that I'm like, is there a brain in there? Is it rattling around like in like a peanut shell? But she also is so intelligent when it comes to like learning commands and some tricks, but also commands. Like I think Kennedy was really inspired. We went to a horse auction in Aiken, and there was a horse trainer there who's also a dog trainer. And he has, she always tells me what these dogs are called, and I can never remember. It's called like a Belgian Malinois, maybe. I think they are, you know, you think of German Shepherds as police dogs, but I think the Belgian Malinois are like either police or military dogs. He and his wife have like 8 of them, 4 each. And you have never seen dogs that just like, I mean, they just follow him around and look at him the whole time. Like, what now? What now? They listen to everything. They hang on his every word. And they seem to have just like a great relationship and, you know, well-trained dogs. And she spoke with him for a few minutes. She went up and talked to him about his dogs and training and stuff like that. And I think she was inspired by that to do more with the dog training stuff. And so she wants to branch out into training other people's dogs and see how that goes. I was like, how about Yeshi? Miss Yeshi is not such a well-behaved doggo. I love her to pieces, y'all. She's sassy as can be. I love her little sassy attitude. But see, let's just put it this way. Caesar Milan would not be happy with me. Because she does not have like a good recall. I mean, she can sit and all that kind of stuff. Like she has basic commands, but she definitely needs some more training. So anyways, so Kennedy's starting that with her, I think today. Shelby's going to give her a bath and a groom. Shelby's my dog groomer. Shelby's going to give her a bath and a groom and get her ready to enter her 3 weeks of training. So Anyways, that's neither here nor there, but I just thought I would tell you all about that. All right, let's get started. I think what I'm doing right now is called procrastinating. It's when I know that I've got, it's just, you know, I love doing projects. I'm not going to complain about that, but I know that like, it's the prep, the cleanup after, you know, the not fun part of it. And I'm a little bit anxious because this is living room wallpaper and it's not as forgiving. And I'm just a little bit nervous. Let's go. Let's get going. Much to do. All right, so I've gathered all of my supplies for doing the wall, but this is the heavy duty adhesive, and then this is the wallpaper. So this wallpaper is from Ballard Designs. I will link it down below for y'all. It comes, I mean, they have beautiful wallpaper, but I liked this one. So it was a plain color without a wild print, but it had a little dimension, if you will. So the other thing that I've hummed and hawed about since we moved in, and I finally decided to see if I like it without, is removing these French doors. As beautiful as they are, and we're not throwing them away, we're just putting them in storage. You can see that they block this closet. Every time the kids go in there to get a jacket or anything out of there, then the door, it's just, I feel like these doors are constantly in the way. And this one kind of basically is always like blocking this other side of the room and makes it feel kind of smaller. I don't really know how to explain it. I think they're beautiful. I don't want to like get rid of them or anything, but it's just they're not super functional. So I'm going to take them off and we'll go from there. Okay, we'll see what happens. We're just going to move them into the garage for the time being, but I am going to remove those doors. And I'm going to start by, I threw, when we had visitors for Easter, like I literally just threw stuff on these bookshelves because the bookshelves arrived and I didn't want them to sit there totally empty. So I just threw stuff up there real fast so that they looked somewhat decent. CR threw up a picture. It's been a bit of a patchwork around here. So I purchased, I don't know if you can see that like gold console table that's like right behind the sofa. I thought that I would like that there and then to put lamps on it, but I don't know. I don't like it. Of course. It's okay because anytime I buy something like that I'm not sure about, I always make sure that either I have a secondary location for it or that it's easily returnable. That console table's from Target, so I can return it. But I also want to put it upstairs in the hallway upstairs because that's a small space. And I think that table will be perfect to go up there and to be very, very skinny and not take up too much space. So, of course, doing wallpapers, just all about the prep. That's really the key, I think, at this point. Not that I'm an expert by any means, but I do feel like the key with wallpaper is doing a really good job of the prep to make sure your wall is as perfect, if you will, as it can be. So I am taking, finally, y'all, I have waited 2 years and I'm so happy to take down this trim because our house is so uneven. Again, our house is old. It's built in like 1930. Because everything is so uneven, the floors are uneven, the walls are uneven. The trim like had these gaps that they never like filled in. And so I don't know, it just looked awful, but I didn't want to leave it unfinished, you know, either. So I've just left it there because I knew we were going to do something. So it was a happy, happy day for me to finally get to remove this trim that just looked terrible. So I was very excited about that. Like I said, I feel like with wallpaper, it is all about the prep. So going through and sanding the walls, filling in any nail holes or uneven spots. I just like to use that patch and paint stuff. It's like lightweight and fluffy. It's like whipped cream for your wall. It dries really fast. It's really easy to work with. But just going through and removing any nails, any bumps, and filling in any nail holes just to make the wall as smooth as possible. That's all easy to deal with, but just getting the wall as smooth as possible. Okay, most of the prep work I feel like is done at this point. I have to wait for the patch stuff to dry on the wall and like sand that a little bit. I am like out of breath right now, but it made me think of while I was tooling around in here. Today, I believe, depending on when this video goes up, it's the 26th and the 27th, so Wednesday and Thursday, 26th and 27th of April, is the Wayday Sale. This is not sponsored. I'm just telling y'all because I look forward to this sale every year. And some of my favorite things in our house that I feel like we use every day that are like pieces of furniture, just different things, like just as an example, our shoe bin out front, our shoe box that we, it's not a shoe box, it's a wooden, you know, storage thing for outside, but it's really, really beautiful. We really, really like it, and it's what we keep our shoes in outside. Our bedroom furniture, I can't even think of everything. I am going to link for you guys below some of the stuff in our house that has come from Wayfair, so that if it's something that's in the Wayday sale this year, if it's stuff that y'all are interested in or whatever, you can check it out. And then I'm gonna put some, because I am gonna go through and do some collages for my LTK page. If you're not already following me over there, feel free to hop over there and follow. But I do throw up like collages with ideas, and I like to do them like by color and stuff. It's partly like artistic-y, fun, creative for me. I enjoy that a lot, but it's also kind of like how I do my idea boards and stuff for our house. When I'm thinking about a room and stuff, I kind of put it all together on the page, so then I upload those kinds of collages to I said that weird. Those kinds of collages to LTK, and then you can like shop them directly and stuff. So I'm gonna have some Wayday ones that I'm gonna put up with some of my picks from the Wayday sale stuff. I feel like is a really screaming deal. And I have to be honest with you, okay, because I've looked at, there's certain types of furniture that I feel like, especially if it like feels inspired by like Serena and Lily, like Society Social, just some of my favorite like kind of classic, a lot of like coastal feels, things like that. Like some of those brands are really, really expensive, okay? And there are certain pieces that like are totally, I'm certain that they are worth the money, but they are very expensive. And I have found some really good dupes, good quality, good dupes on Wayfair. So anyways, I'll link those collages and stuff too, for like some of like wicker rattan furniture and other things from the sale. But I wanted to mention that while I'm sitting here on my butt, taking a break. What are you doing?
I'm getting ready to go weed whack the arena.
I feel like I need some right now just from the dust. Ugh. Oh yeah. I'm in here making myself a little drink real quick. Have you guys tried? Okay, you guys know how much I love my liquid IV. Have y'all tried the Pina Colada flavor? It is so good. I'm normally like a straight strawberry girl. I just get the strawberry ones from Costco or Amazon. And I tried the Pina Colada one just to mix it up a bit. Y'all, it's the mighty thing, okay? It's the mighty thing. You gotta try it. Stupid Stanley cup that I waited like 2 months for. I didn't realize that when I ordered it. I'm trying to figure out why these are so popular. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I like it. It's a great cup. Great cup. I just don't know that I feel like it's any greater than any other stainless steel cup. I like the colors. Colors of this one are really pretty. Like green and yellow. But otherwise, I don't get it.
I have some.
Why are you hiding? What is that?
Those are little succulent leaves that I took off one of my big succulents, and I put it
You're
underneath the grow
propagating
light.
a tiny succulent?
And I took it off. And
Where'd
I
you
put
get
it
the grow
underneath my
light?
Grow light. I got one off Amazon a while back, and it's growing the little babies. Look how cute they are.
Shelby's succulent babies.
They're so tiny.
Was that a succulent baby?
Yes.
Rescue it. What? Shelby, my little horticulturist.
Now I gotta get all
Dog trainer and plant trainer. Coming in hot. I've gotten lucky because I haven't worked with any wallpaper that has a print on it that can be matched. So both of the wallpapers I've worked with just have uneven prints, so you can't really match them up. It does make it easier in some ways. It makes it a little harder because you do, well, not harder, but you do see the lines in the wallpaper on wallpaper like this, but it makes it easier because I don't have to do the whole rolling it all out and essentially pre-cutting every wall piece and making sure that it matches. You lose a lot of wallpaper that way, which is why when I do a bolder printed wallpaper over in the piano area, we're only going to do it like the top quarter or maybe third of the room because you do use a ton of wallpaper when you're having to match up patterns. This one, if you recall in my last one, it said to paste the wall. This one says to paste the wallpaper and then bookshelf it, it calls it, or bookend it, I don't remember, where you basically fold it together like the outside covers of a book and let it sit for, it said about 10 minutes. I don't think I ever really waited that long because I'm too impatient. But you kind of let that adhesive activate with the back of the wallpaper. I forgot to turn the camera on for hanging the first piece, so I apologize about that. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, obviously it's the first piece, right? That's always the easiest one. It actually was not too bad to work with. I really thought I was going to have a second pair of hands. There was a couple of spots that I needed another set of hands, but otherwise it wasn't too bad. I did go through and just to be on the safe side, add a little bit of adhesive along the edges. I tried not to get it on the existing wallpaper that's already been put up, just so it doesn't like stain it. It's a clear adhesive, but just in case. And just to, again, give like that seam a little bit more bone structure, if you will, just a little bit more adhesive there to help hold it together. Like I said, it really wasn't too bad. It got harder as I went farther down the wall and I got more frustrated because, like I said, this wall is uneven, both in depth. Like the wall comes towards you as you move to the right, the wall starts to get closer to you. And so that actually, you wouldn't believe it, but it actually affects the depth of the wallpaper. So it made the seams harder to hide. Again, with this kind of wallpaper, the seams aren't going to be totally hidden, but it made them even harder to hide. It was driving. It was by I think the fourth or fifth piece that I got to where I was like, oh my gosh. Christopher had to talk me off the ledge because I was just so irritated with it. But there's literally nothing I can do. It is it's just the struggle when you live in an older home or just a home that, I mean, maybe you live in a new home that things are uneven. But it looks, I mean, obviously this is on camera, y'all, so you can't possibly see the imperfections that you can see in person. But also don't worry about how crazy the top looks. You'll see that again at the end. The top looks a little crazy because I've got to put up new trim. And I'm going to hopefully make the trim not look so bad. All right, so this is the finished wallpaper except for the trim at the top. Obviously, I still have to do that. I really like it, and I think it's going to look even better when I can complete it. So more to come, guys, more to come. Bear with me. I'm sorry, I hope to have the completed project as part of the video, but we got as much done as we could. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.